Hello and welcome to the
BWAC podcast.
Hello again, and I believe it's number 6.
Episode number 6?
Number 6, shall we have a party for it?
No, we'll have a party when we get to number 10.
Okay then. First party.
First party. So how you doing?
I'm not too bad. It's been a busy kind of week. Been drained most of the time.
Yeah.
Because even 10 minutes work is draining. And that's hard for people to believe, I suspect. But anything I do, I have to think about for more than 10 minutes. That's it.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of routine change as well, hasn't there?
Yeah.
This last couple of weeks.
I mean, an example was last Wednesday, was it? We went out to Home Bargains.
Yeah, Wednesday, yeah.
And Aldi's, which took about an hour and a half.
Because we live the high life.
Yeah. But I was, for the next 2 days, I was just trying to get my energy back.
Yeah, and we had lunch as well, didn't we? Went to a new place for lunch as well.
Yeah. So, we only had the starters and the pudding.
Starter and pudding.
That's it.
Good place.
Anyway, enough about us, but it is about us, so...
But it's important, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
So I think we're both a bit tired today, aren't we?
Yeah.
We've done all our jobs today as well.
Yes.
Sunday's recycling day. Do you know what? We live such a very, very, very highfalutin lifestyle.
We do.
So we were talking about what we were going to talk about today, and you'd posted a introduction to the podcast in one of the Facebook groups for your Navy.
Yeah, I'm on one of the groups I'm on is the Leander group, and I posted it on there just for the info and see if anybody's interested. And within half an hour, we'd had about 18 comments, I think. Most of which said, "Oh, I've had a stroke. My wife's had a stroke." So they were really pleasing things about.
Yeah, stroke or TBI, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was quite interesting. It surprised me, I have to say, how many people had commented that it had affected them. I suspect there's a certain age group as well on that group, because they're probably a similar age to you.
Well, there's no more Leanders. So for them to have served on the Leanders, they have to be of
a certain age. Yeah. And we had a comment that we'd never disclosed your age.
No.
Somebody said, "Have I missed it? Did you say how old he is and how old he was?"
Yes.
Had his stroke?
One of the comments. So, that's a drum roll. You asked me one time to pick an age and stick to it. So I said 6. And that's what I've stuck to. But if you ask the government, 71.
Nearly
70 then.
Yeah.
But really 6.
And how old were you when you had your first stroke? Do the maths. It was 10 years ago.
That'll make it just on 60 then.
Yeah. 60 and a bit, weren't you? Yeah. So that got me thinking, as I do. I wondered whether, because I know people of all ages have strokes. I didn't know, I think, until you had your first stroke. I knew it, but I don't think I'd registered it, that children have strokes and babies have strokes, and people can have strokes whatever age. But I thought, well, I'll look up some stats and see whether it was like normal for you, And I'm quite surprised by these stats. I just got to open my screen here on my little tablet.
Didn't want to just throw numbers out. You wanted it accurate.
Yeah, and I haven't discussed this with you, so I'm interested to see what you think and whether it's,
Yeah.
So the type of stroke you had was an ischemic stroke, which is caused by a blood clot, as opposed to a bleed on the brain, which can be caused by
an outside force.
Yeah. So TBI is not counted in stroke statistics. But I've got the stats for that as well, because I'm that good. Well, I'm not, but Google is. Other search engines are available, but honestly, why bother? So, on the overview on Google, ischemic strokes account for 85% of strokes.
That's a lot.
And that surprised me, because I think I always, the fast thing on the telly, I always sort of thought that was down to a bleed. But obviously it isn't, because otherwise they wouldn't be giving clotbuster drugs, would they?
But you do realise, having learned that, I'm slipping down that unique group right down to the very bottom, almost 80%. God, that's a hell of a number.
So, stroke. How many people do you think have a stroke every year? Approximately.
Every year. It's got to be in the hundreds of thousands.
About 100,000, which again surprised me, because it works out at one stroke every 5 minutes.
Over 24 hours a day.
And that surprised me as well. So I went off and double checked. So I said, how many minutes in a year, and divided it by
the numbers.
Yeah, and it is right, obviously, because they know what I'm talking about. But I just thought, yes, 500,000 minutes in a year.
Right.
A bit more than that, but roughly. And 100,000 strokes here, so it's roughly every 5 minutes. That's mad.
But it sounds, get my head around it. Does that mean that people have to wait 5 minutes for the next person for the stroke?
It's averaged out.
Oh.
But that's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Every 5 minutes, isn't it?
Yes.
I have to think
that's mad. Yeah, but I'm glad I have to sit here looking at my watch. My turn next.
No, you're done.
I'm done.
You're done. You're not having any more. And then it says that stroke is the leading cause of death and severe disability. So there's like 1.4 million people roughly living with the effects of stroke. And the stats for TBI are very similar. So that was, I think it was like 1.3 something million people living with the effects of TBI. So that's a lot of people affected. The chances are that people know people that have had a head injury and or stroke and are having some sort of issues. I think one of the comments that surprised me, somebody had said they had a brainstem bleed and didn't have any symptoms, negative symptoms. And I was really surprised by that, because I thought, that's my granddad from a brainstem stroke. So, bleed.
But I suppose you're looking at mine. I didn't have any.
You didn't have any normal symptoms?
Or any outward symptoms that you would associate with
no.
Knowing what its potential was.
Yeah.
So
I just found these figures fascinating. So I'm really sorry whoever's listening if you're bored by these figures, but I just think they're fascinating. And so then I asked, right, okay, what's the sort of average age? So the way it's worded here as well, it says that the average age is decreasing. So I thought,
in younger people.
Yeah. So where it used to be, I've got the number. I can't remember now. I've got them here somewhere on one of these screens. But I think it was like, say, 73 for a man, and now it's 68 or something like that. 75 for a woman, 73 for a man, 71 for a man. Oh, I've got myself all confused. 75 down to 73 for a woman, 71 down to 68 for a man. So you were still young. So you've gone back into the rarer section.
Thank you.
So
you can celebrate that bit. My unique points again. Good.
And then the good news is that people dying from stroke is less, but obviously people then more are living with the effects of stroke, because obviously people are catching it, treatment's better, rehab's better, so hopefully people's experiences aren't as bad as they used to be. Because back in the day, if somebody had a stroke and they weren't, the knowledge was always, if they weren't up and walking and talking and doing whatever they were going to do within 6 months, they were never going to improve. And they were never given any services or anything with it. And we know that that's not true, because we know with neuroplasticity that the brain can rewire itself with repetition.
And I think it starts rewiring from the word go.
Yeah.
You know.
And it can be really, really hard work, and finding motivation, and with fatigue and all sorts of things. But keep going, people. Keep going.
Yes,
keep positive.
You have to. That's the biggest tip I can give anybody.
Yeah.
No matter how hard it feels, it's going to get better.
Yeah.
Because what was that saying I used to say when I was a nurse? What did you say?
Good days and better days.
You only have two kinds a day: good days and better days. So if you think it's crap, that's a good day, and it'll get better. Just live with that little mantra.
Yeah, as best you can.
I'm going to let you have that one.
You're so generous.
Thank you.
So generous.
But something you said there prompted me, or made me think of something which is quickly slipping away. I can't. Oh.
Don't worry.
No, it was about the stats. That was it. You said 1 every 5 minutes. And But the one thing I don't think, or haven't thought about, is the huge numbers that are still recovering.
Mm-hmm.
And that number keeps building and building, you know, and I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I think about people having strokes, but not the number that's suffering with it.
Yeah, and I think we touched on that earlier on one of the episodes, wasn't it? Because as nurses, we looked after people that had strokes, and then they go home, and you don't think anything because you're looking after the next people that come in. So the ongoing journey is where the challenge is, because like you'd asked me earlier, hadn't you, about how I felt as a carer and stuff, and I said, yeah, I really wasn't worried at the time because it was happening. You get on and do, and I wasn't worried about that. The heart, when you had your heart issues, I was more worried then. And we'll talk about that again.
In another one.
Yeah. But really, I wasn't worried because you weren't, you were walking, you were talking, albeit a bit weirdly.
Yeah.
But, having seen catastrophic strokes and people having really, really difficult journeys, to me, I wasn't that worried. Because you were walking and talking, you were having challenges, you were having issues, but it was still, I knew how much worse it could be. So that I was just grateful that wasn't the case.
It's when I couldn't walk in a straight line.
You still can't walk in a straight line. But you're not falling over so much, which is great.
No.
So that's all positive. So then, going back to stats again, I thought, right, let's have a look at what's the most common co-occurring condition, so basically underlying conditions that could lead to a stroke.
Is it going to be the ticker?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. High blood pressure.
Had that.
AF.
I don't know.
You didn't have that. Diabetes.
Yes.
High cholesterol.
I used to have.
Yeah, because you're on medication for it. But diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol usually go together as a trilogy.
Yeah.
A badly written trilogy. And heart failure, because the heart's not beating
I had
as
that
well. You had that after your heart attack.
I still have it, don't I?
Yeah. So those are the most common co-occurring conditions. So the advice is general lifestyle advice, basically, for stroke prevention is about healthy diet, doing exercise, checking your numbers, getting your blood pressure checked, basically just looking after yourself as best you can. So diet, exercise, stop smoking, limit alcohol, reading off the Google page, manage your blood pressure, check for AF, diabetes, high cholesterol. And then just, obviously, if you do have any weird symptoms, get them checked out. Don't sit on them. Especially you men who tend to just go,
Yeah, but
I feel a bit weird.
I've always, if I've felt something that I know is really different, I've always said, it's when things are just slightly off, I go.
Yeah. But you do have a habit of waiting.
Yeah.
Like, a few hours.
Yes.
But, that's fine.
Still there, still
You're
happy.
still here, you're still going. So, so I just thought that those were really interesting stats, really.
Yes.
I'm just going to close these windows so I'm not distracted by them now. Yeah, but today, right, because the computers are great and you can check all sorts of things, can't you? So you can get your own blood pressure monitor from a what do you call them? Chemist, pharmacy, or online or whatever, and you can check your blood pressure. You can even, I did a dementia risk score thing today. Every year I do this test by it's called Food for the Brain. The website, you can do your own cognition test. So my score was a bit iffy, so now I've got to look at lifestyle factors as well, diet and exercise. I've got to really ramp that up. Your B vitamins and all that.
And what did I buy for Christmas?
Oh, portable ECG.
She can do her own little heart monitors, traces.
Yeah. And I do.
I don't bother. I'm happy as I am.
But without becoming sort of health anxiety, having health anxiety or becoming obsessed, it's good to know what's normal for you and what you eat, and we all like a bit of a splurge.
You still have to enjoy life.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
That's why we have cake.
Yeah.
But we always proceed with some fruit.
Fruit first.
Eat healthy first.
Yeah.
And then have cake or biscuits.
Yeah.
It's like a little afternoon ritual.
Yeah. A little sweetener. Carry us over. Yeah, absolutely. So, knowing those stats and sort of thinking about how things are for you daily, has that made you sort of think of it? Oh, you'll probably obsess about it a bit later.
No.
Has that made you think anything needs to change for you?
No, I think I'm doing all the right things. And when I'm not, I get nudged. So and I try at exercise. I try and do what I can. You see that it's all right. So you must do lots of exercise, but because of the fatigue and the total lack of energy, and I can't do a session of anything. So I do what I can when I feel like it, and I do it more to try and keep myself supple. Because the time I spent in hospital, I lost a lot of use, lots of bending and things like that. And I've kind of had to. I'm still trying to get my body to relearn how to do it. I mean, like, because of the stroke, I put myself on the floor, not throw, I don't have a tantrum. I use the chair to get down onto the floor. And then I get up. I only do it one at a time because that's as much as I can manage. But it's also showing me if I fall over, and so I can get up even if it hurts. Like
that was one of your main concerns, I think, and something we'll talk about again is that book, the Stroke Survivor book. One of the things I read early on was most people who've had strokes, they fear falling because they don't want to be stuck on the floor, and it showed you how different ways to get up, didn't it? And it's actually said get on the floor and practice getting up, and it was really, really hard. That was really hard for you initially, wasn't it? And we used loads of cushions and various different things, and you practiced it because exactly that you did fall over quite a lot.
That's just the curtain come off.
We've got a fly screen on the door and it just fell and frightened the dog. So that was something that was really, really important. And then you have, because of your routines, you do have like a little exercise routine that you do when you're making coffee in the morning, don't you, to try and keep your muscles strong so that you don't fall and to improve your balance. Yeah.
It's only I do 10 forward knee raises. So I have to hold on. I can't float in midair. Then 10 backwards. And then swing my legs. It's just to try and keep them alive and going.
Because you did go to that exercise, prescribed exercise thing, didn't you?
After heart surgery.
No, after your stroke, when you went to the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because there wasn't any, the physio on the ward had said you were too good for them to do anything with you, weren't you? And you had the physio come from the brain injury unit to the house, but obviously you needed more regular stuff, so you would have that exercise by prescription or whatever it's called. And you did used to go up to the gym, and there was other people there. Were other people there with health issues?
Because it was a morning session, wasn't it?
Yeah, and there's always adapted things that you can do, but all that stopped, of course, with COVID. So you've never gotten back into that routine, which is maybe something.
I mean, the downside of that was because it was a fair 20 miles away, is it? And for the amount that I could do, time-wise, I used to think, is it worth it?
Yeah.
You know, all this, coming all this way for
5 minutes.
Yeah.
on the bike. And on the hand bike.
And then it was pointed out by that physio that I shouldn't really use a static bike, because in case it keeps on going when I'm trying to stop, and something to do with, because they have magnets or discs.
I think it was the foot clips.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was the foot clips. You put your foot in them things that hold on to your foot.
Yeah.
I think it was that they were saying you shouldn't use. But anyway.
Yes.
Rattling on. So.
Well, I'm still slightly upset we've not had any emails off anybody. Not even one of Father Christmas.
To be honest, I haven't checked that email account today.
Oh.
So maybe there's, one there. You never know.
Yeah.
I've had emails, but we've had messages.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So if anybody would like to send Bob an email, it's bwacpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can... Oh, no, you can't. I was going to say you can comment on our socials, but we haven't got social set up yet, have we?
Not yet.
So, no, I haven't got comments under the YouTube videos because...
and don't forget, if you have a point to make, you can put an email and we'll read it out. As long as it passes my strict...
strict criteria.
Yeah, arbitration. Which basically means no swearing. That's all. That's my only rule.
And if anybody out there is one of the 1.4 million people living with the effects of stroke and you'd like to come and tell your story, then give us a shout as well. Drop us an email.
And we can do something with...
And
what's it called?
Zoom.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Or some other such...
Because we're very generous, giving souls.
So on that note...
Yes.
Interesting note.
Yes.
Should we...
Yes.
Stop there?
We've got almost 25 minutes again.
Yeah.
Been a pleasure talking to you. I actually look forward...
You do?
...to this, because it gives me... Or it could be I'm on a new vitamin regime. And apparently I'm like a little...
You're definitely more awake.
More awake, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Still don't have the energy, but what right. It's tatty bye from me.
And it's goodbye from me. And go and eat your vegetables.
Yes.
We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Number 7 it will be.
Bye.